What I'm gonna do next is take out frame rails. If you don't know what those are, those that aren't car people, those are the frame rails. Front frame rails. I'm gonna replace both of them. I didn't want to, all the work that's involved, but I'm going to for peace of mind. And then this whole car will all be nice and I won't ever question anything, because in the future I would probably like to put a roll bar in here, and in order to do that, you come through the firewall and you weld right onto the frame rail. And with two frame rails that are messed up, that will always loom over my head, so I am going to just replace them. Take another month if I have to. It'll throw me way behind schedule, but I'll have a good car in the end, and then I won't question anything about it. And I'm sure Goldie will probably help me. And Rusty too. Okay guys, it's my turn to play now. I just tossed your toys for you. Now it's my turn. If you have never taken a hood off by yourself before, I'll show you how to do it. You got two bolts, one here and one here. What I do is take off the back bolt first on each side, and then when you loosen these, hold it up here. And as you loosen it, carefully keep it snug, and then you go to the other side and loosen it, and as you're loosening it, it will pivot on these bolts, and then you can lay it down, and then you can just take one bolt out, go to the other side, take the other bolt out, and then you can, that way it doesn't fall and crash and or come up and destroy your perfect windshield. As many of you have seen in the other videos, I do believe they were doing a full tilt over at one time on this, where they welded the fenders to the hood, and that is why you see all of this hackerage and boogerage and Bondo. Then I think they bonded over everything, and then what I think they did was they, for some reason, cut everything apart, tried to weld it back together to make a car again. Same with the top. They put it back on for some reason after they cut it off. This is what I'm talking about if you're new to the videos. Yeah, all of this is gonna get some love. So I don't really have anything to go by other than these fenders to put them back on. It's the same hackerage is done to it is what this is, so I don't really have a straight edge to go by when I put my frame rails and all this fun stuff back together. Peeling back this onion, things are not getting scary because I knew about some of this stuff. Welded. They welded this to the radiator core support. This has all been cut all the way through and all the way welded. This is where they cut the frame rail in half, welded it back together. So by them cutting through this, I'm going to have to fabricate a section to the radiator core support, and where it has your three holes where your inner your bolts go through. This is the inner fender. I just set it in here. And this is where your bolts go through on the inside. So I'm going to have to weld a piece onto that, so that I can, you know, bolt my fenders on. So anyway, a new radiator core support is $399 for the upper part, and then for this lower part here down is another 160 some, I do believe, 170, something like that. So in other words, about about $570 plus shipping. So I'm like, I'll just use what I have. It'd be nice to have new metal, because I'm going to have new metal on this whole stinking car. The only thing that will be original will be the firewall, the cowl, these kick panel sections, this for your door panels, my insides here, and that'll be about it. These will be original, but the fender wells are coming out, the top of the car is coming off. I'd like to replace my inners because, yeah, they're patched everywhere. From here back will be removed. My package tray will stay because the car's getting back halved. But other than that, that'll be the only thing original to this car. I'd like to keep my hinges on, but I'll have to maybe make some new braces to my new tub so I can still use a functional trunk. I don't know. The front of the car is going to look like the back of the car soon, because this whole section's getting cut out right here. Yeah. What do you think, Rusty? This side over here is all nice and wavy. Over here it's pretty straight, except for right here. So it must have been in a wreck once upon a time. And then the frame rail inside of the car on the passenger side has been cut through and welded back together ish. So what I'm going to do is, oh, and then also at the brace right here, they just cut straight through the brace at the frame rail and outside there. So I get the honors of cutting the whole front of the car off. That's the reason why. And this car is obviously getting back halved. If you're new to the channel, I don't have much of a car. The top is getting cut off because it was cut off before, and it's just all sorts of loveliness going on. They didn't even put it on straight. There's so anyway, check this out over here. Same thing. It's just on totally crooked. Not good. Apparently this car was in a junkyard. They picked it up with a pole going through the middle and messed everything up. So yeah, fun times. This is a B5 blue car, but the frame rails goes there all the way through, and it was attached up here at the front where the radiator core support. I took these spot welds out. That's what I was gonna do, and so I could replace this piece. But what happened is as I was looking at it in the frame rail here, these are attached to the radiator core support, and I was like, that's odd. And I'm like, oh, that's what they did. They replaced that whole frame rail on this side and just cut around everything, then welded it back in once they put this back in. And same here. And then they just re-welded it, and I'm like, oh, so it must have been a wreck. So, but what I want to do, since I want to back half the car, is put a roll bar going through here, through the firewall, excuse me, down into the frame rail. And with the frame just being all jacked up the way it is, I don't want to do that and just have it structurally messed up, and then you pop the hood and you see all this stuff, and I'm like, no. So, and I don't want to do things twice. You know, I could just plop an engine in here and whatever, but so I'm just gonna spend another week or two, just do it right, and make it a whole lot better and give me peace of mind. The torsion bar cross brace is just sitting in here. I didn't want to weld it back down and then have to take it back up, and so anyway, that's what I got going on. Here's plan C. Hi Goldie, hi Rusty. I love you guys so much. Even my own dogs think I'm crazy too. That was easy. Thanks for watching.